Hey guys, doing a video on my new iPhone 14 Pro Max. I stopped doing videos on my phone just because the old phone I had, I am rough on the phone. I drop them, I get them wet, I get oil and dirt and crap in them all the time. So anyway, I hate to pay Verizon's price for a phone. I don't know, whatever. That's a whole nother ordeal. Most of y'all remember I bought a GoPro. It was pretty pricey. I was pretty excited about it. I bought a tripod and stuff so I could start doing some videos out here, kind of show y'all how I do some things. And I'm planning on still doing that with that GoPro, just on my stuff though. I don't want to try to do videos of me working on other people's things, primarily because they're paying me by the hour to work on their car. And you know, trying to video things, it takes so much longer. Trying to explain what you're doing, trying to point, trying to adjust the camera, trying not to get oil and grease and stuff all over it. So anyway, the GoPro has its purpose. The biggest problem I had with the GoPro is I could not figure out how to use the GoPro Quick app as far as editing my videos and putting, you know, say 2 videos together to make one video. I couldn't do that on the Quick app for some reason, so I had to download another app. So, which Mr. PIB recommended, which was Video Editor. Good app. If y'all want to try it, check it out. Little orange icon with a little camera on it. So anyway, if I done a video with the GoPro, I had to download the footage from my GoPro to the Quick app, from the Quick app to my phone. And if it was 2 different pieces, or 3 or 4 or whatever, then I had to upload every one of those to the Video Editor, clip them together, send them back from the Video Editor to my phone, from my phone to YouTube. Now, I know there's better ways of doing things. I'm not real tech savvy. That's why I'm fooling with old crap like this. But I didn't really take the time to learn it. I guess I could maybe watch some videos, try to figure it out. But anyway, I like using the phone. I can do this. I can shoot this video and upload it straight to YouTube, and I'm done. So that's what we're going to do. Again, I'll keep the GoPro. It'll be great for going to the beach or clipping it on a fender or something, doing little ride-alongs, whatever. Or like I said, when I'm working on my stuff, I can set it up and kind of show y'all what I'm doing carburetor, stuff like that. It'd be great for that. So anyway, this is Tim Dixon, 1970 Camaro. I think I've done a video on it. I can't remember, guys. Again, I've been extremely busy, and the GoPro's got on my nerves, so I've really laid off on the videos here lately. The car has set, I believe, since 2003 or 2004, I think. That's the tag receipt I found in the car. I could be mistaken. Who knows? Maybe set longer, and they just renewed the tag for whatever reason. Maybe it's not set. I don't really know, but I know it has set for a while. Just judging how bad the belts were stuck to the pulleys, the way the motor sounded when it started, you know, all the lifters pecking and ticking, and it was smoking a little. And, you know, the more we ran it, the better it got. It was missing really badly. I believe it has some carbon buildup on the bottom of the valves. It still has a little skip in it. I'm gonna try to run that down, but I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on it. I'm gonna go through the carburetor, make sure the points are right, make sure the timing's right, and that's as far as I'm gonna go with it. Simply because I believe if the car is driven, a lot of that stuff will work itself out. Just let the valves get seated good again, and again, most of that'll go away. Mr. PIB's truck, Sky, was that way. It had a bad skip, and he took it, and, you know, he'd back it out in the driveway and start it. He'd drive around the block. I believe he drove it to Tim's a few times, and that skip seemed to come out of it the last time I drove it. I didn't hear it missing. So I've got the car running. It's running under its own power. We drained some gas out of the tank that Tim put in it. There was not much in the tank, maybe a gallon, and it was just dry as a bone. I believe it's good. The gas that come out looked good. It was, you know, it looked like new gas. So Tim's the luckiest man in the world on tanks, so we did not drop the tank. Typically I would, but he didn't really think it was necessary, so we didn't. We put a new brake hose on the back. We did not do the rear brakes. He'll do those later, I guess, once the car is kind of up on its feet. New front calipers, pads, hoses, you know, brake hoses, belts, radiator hoses, fuel pump, water pump, points, condenser, rotor button, cap, plugs, wires, master cylinder, again, upper and lower radiator hoses. So anyway, we ran the car last night for about 30 minutes. I wanted to do a first start video, but it would have been a lie because Tim said he had started the car at some point or another. So I didn't want to fib to you. So anyway, we're going to start it up, let you hear it. It's got a terrible exhaust leak. If you see this here, just ignore that. We stuck that in there last night. It's just something I had laying on the fender. Matter of fact, I've left the parking light or the headlights on. The reason being, when the car got wrecked, it's broke this shroud. So I've got to get the car back up in the air and fix that and get that out of the way. So again, just ignore that. That was just kind of a makeshift deal to let the car sit here and run to keep the fan out of the shroud. We're going to start it up. The car seems to start up good. It's been sitting since last night. I know the horn worked on it last night. The headlights are not working, but the tail lights, the blinkers, the brake lights, all that stuff, the gas gauge seems to be working. The horn. So the headlights probably just bulbs, or they could have been hurt in the wreck. Well, I tell you, that carburetor seems to act right. I will say that. But it could have a, you know, little bit of trash in it, kind of making it stumble around. But this car is running so much better than it was yesterday. Just like I said, from just letting it sit here and run for a while, you know, it's really cleared up a lot. So anyway, you can hear this donut gasket. Sounds like an old tractor. Tim's not an exhaust guy. That's not something he does every single day, but he's really good at it. So I'm going to let him address that. I've got to kind of straighten up the plug wires, take the carburetor off, make sure it's good and clean. This belt, you can see the white on that belt. That belt flipped on me last night for some reason. It's brand new, but I'm going to take it back, get him another new belt. But it doesn't seem to be leaking anything. It's running pretty good. Again, I'd like to get that carburetor off, make sure it's okay. I think it is. Let me go ahead and kill this thing. It's extremely loud. Okay, kill him headlights. So, once again, as far as my part, I want to make sure the points are right, make sure it's in time, take the carburetor off, clean it, and that's as far as I'm going to go with the little misses and stuff. A lot of times, like I said earlier, I've had to do this video a couple times. I messed it up the first few times. I kind of forgot what I was saying. The last time I actually made it to the door to start the car, and I hit my stupid lock button on my screen, so it killed the video. Anyway, we're going to do that, straighten up the wires, just fix this shroud, and let Tim come get it. He's got some wheels for it, and just drive it and see what happens with it. But it doesn't seem to smoke. The ticking's all but gone. I don't really hear anything. It's, of course, we've got this donut gasket leaking like crazy, so you know, maybe that's masking something, but I don't believe so. I'm going to talk to Tim about doing these heater hoses. Any of y'all Camaro guys, you're going to know these heater hoses are a pain. My dad kind of reminded me of that last night. He's had a bunch of these 67 to 73s. He's had, well, any year he's had Camaros as long as I've been alive, and he's had a bunch of them. So anyway, the inner fender or the whole fender has got to come off to change that bottom hose. That sucks. I don't know why GM done that, but they did. So this is a pretty lucky car. I think it's got a bright future ahead of it. I'm sure I'm forgetting to tell y'all some things. I know Tim's already got the metal, the body parts for the front end. Of course, like I said, I believe in the last video I done, if I got it uploaded, Angie is really good on interior, and they've got friends that do paint work. So again, the car is out of the barn. It's really headed in the right direction. Hopefully Tim doesn't lose steam on it. I know I do. Me and him's kind of the same way. You kind of piddle with something for a while, you get tired of it, move on to the next one. But again, this one's for his wife, and he stayed after it for a long time. So I think he'll kind of stay the course on this thing. Now, he'd done some metal work and stuff on Matilda over here, and I took it to the rod run, of course. I had a guy really interested. He never called me. I'm glad he didn't. I was really kind of regretting even pricing the car. I only took it up there for maybe half a day and came back. I had a lot of interest in it, a lot of trade offers, but I brought it back with me. I just love the car. Again, it can be bought, but it's going to take really good money. Now, I think Tim got the itch back. I don't believe he would mind me telling you. Stay tuned for one of Mr. PIB's videos. I'm sure he'll do a video on it. He found a car. Again, this used to be Tim's car. He built this car. But he found one identical. 59 Kingswood, same color. Really close patina. It would be a sister car to this one. It is the same car, and I already had problems with people mistaking me for Flamin' Freddy, and I know now I'm really going to have an issue because Tim don't live that far from me, and these cars are identical, and I guarantee it's going to get the same headlights. I don't know about the wheels. I think he's kind of shied away from the torque thrust, but it's going to be real close going down the road. It's going to be hard for people to tell them apart. So anyway, hopefully we can do a little ride along in this car here real soon. We got to get fluid to the back brakes. That's one thing I forgot. I cannot get fluid to the back brakes. It's got a new hose. I believe I've got a line stopped up or a proportioning valve problem. So going to address that tomorrow. I just came out today and cleaned up my mess. I had a mess in here, tripping over things. That tends to happen when you get knee deep in something like this. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and kill this video. I appreciate you watching, and let me know about the video quality on this. It looks good. I don't know. Looks just as good as the GoPro. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. I appreciate you watching. See you later.